Hi, it's Shelley Armato, CEO and founder of MySmartPlans, and we went in the field and drug, because you were not excited to be here.
No, I'm not.
Greg Silkman. So I'm going to let him do the introduction to his title, and thank you for coming. I know you hate doing this.
Yeah, not real comfortable on camera. But I'm Greg Silkman, Manager of Planning and Construction at University of Missouri, Kansas City.
So if you ever see our demo, you're going to see, we always show Greg Silkman because you videotape the pre-bid meetings.
Yes.
Yeah.
I find it very helpful. We post those so that people can take a look back at any time. They can throw it in our face if we forgot to say something, or we can throw it in theirs if we made the comment and enforcing our contracts.
So you know I'm here to talk about MySmartPlans.
Right.
Yeah, because I always talk to Greg about MySmartPlans. He's been one of our champions. You kind of were difficult to take the Kool-Aid at the beginning.
I'm a hard sell from what I hear, but once I lock onto something, we jumped in with both feet. We're not the kind of department that we want to set up all of our processes and procedures and make sure they'll all work before we try them, because most of the time they're not going to work anyway if you try and do that. That's been my experience. So we kind of jumped in with both feet, and we're making it work, and we make adjustments along the way and it's saved us a lot of time and money and effort and aggravation and file space.
What about, you know what I love that you did that I didn't even realize that was so powerful? One of the things that MySmartPlans does is it bridges the construction department and the facilities guy together.
That was really the driver for me. We have all been running construction projects for many, many years, and one thing that people in construction do is we make it work. Whatever the situation, whether it's raining or snowing or 110 degrees outside, we make it work, and when we keep progress going. So I certainly have no problems with our processes that we had in place, but where I saw MySmartPlans as being the biggest win for people was for the next 100-year life of the building, or 30-year, 50-year, 100-year, whatever it is. And for the hundreds of maintenance people that we have, and just making their lives easier as they try and maintain and keep that facility as new and fresh as they possibly can for as long as they can. Mm. So that was the benefit to me. So just in looking at it. So I do get a benefit out of construction. There's a huge benefit there, as I was saying. It was effort and file space and time and coordination and everything. But just for the ease of access, for gaining all that information back, 2 months, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years after the project is over, and having that such user-friendly interface, it was the big driver.
We didn't rehearse this, so I don't know what answer you're going to give me here. So
You have given me no questions.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, my probably favorite thing to know is what's your favorite button and why?
Okay, the weather one is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, and it's in my 25 plus years in construction. That's the vast majority of arguments are about weather and how much work got done a given day, when it was raining, when it wasn't. So to be able to go back at any day in the history of the project and see what actually happened by the hour on there is a neat feature that I love to have at my disposal. And then also just looking at, as I'm going to be doing landscaping at a time of year that maybe I'm not accustomed to doing it, and just seeing what the average temperatures are and rainfall and things like that as I forecast out that work.
One of our questions we get asked all the time is, what if the subcontractors don't like this? So what's been your experience with subcontractors?
I have not had any complaints or any pushback at all. Before we started using it, I called up a lot of the general contractors and subcontractors that have done a lot of work for us on campus, and I first asked them if they'd ever used it or heard of it, and a lot of them had. And some of them said no. Even the ones that hadn't used it, that had heard of it, they'd heard nothing but good things. So I have had no pushback. I've not had a single contractor say, "Hey, how do I do it?" That's another beautiful thing about it, is it's so user friendly, which is kind of a side benefit. I like it because it was certainly user friendly for me. But I have projects at our library, at our dental school, med school, law school, school of management. So I let all of those clients have access. They're all on the dashboard. And so them being able to use the dashboard without calling me, asking me, hey, what button do I push for this or that? It's all very intuitive. They look at it, they see what button to push. And
You've mandated MySmartPlans on all your projects.
on all of our
Say
larger
yes.
projects. Yes. On all of our, yeah, we have lots of, the $30,000 to $50,000, $100,000
Yeah.
things that we don't do
Yeah.
because they're so quick hit. But on anything of any significance, around $1 million, could be less, but around $1 million and up, we do use MySmartPlans.
So how has been the interaction with you and your project information manager? I think Martinez is your project
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, we have him and Teresa,
Okay.
depending on the project, and both of them are great to work with. We haven't had any problems. If we have any questions or think something's been posted, or we wonder if something should have been posted, we just call them, and they answer their phones, and that's the beauty, is you're not getting. I don't think I've ever gotten their voicemails.
We don't do voicemail.
Yeah. So,
we have a one ring policy here.
yeah.
The phone rings once, you better answer it.
Yeah.
And whoever answers the phone better get the problem solved.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about return on investment, and my question was your administrative costs.
When I look at technology, the way my ROI that goes through my head is really, what more can I now accomplish that I wasn't being able to accomplish before? How much more free time do I have to do something
Yeah.
that maybe I didn't have before? So, as far as file space, we used to have on a $30 million building, we might have 5 vertical file cabinets full of files, submittals
I
and
saw your
files.
room.
And, oh yeah, it's an amazing thing. Now we're down to a 4-inch expandable manila folder, file folder. So everything's electronic. The vast, all but a few things. We do still keep originals on contracts and things like that, but so it just saves all that time of file time. We now have to think of something for our work study students and interns that we might have. We have to think up stuff for them to do because there's not that stack of file for them to handle. But then we also have a person that we have, their primary role is to just manage the MySmartPlans dashboards. Whether we have 1 or 15 dashboards going at a time, they're managing those, and they're just making sure they're the ones that get the notice that something's been posted. They just verify that it's there. And that's more for me, so that when I go looking for it, if I can't find it, they know where it is.
Yeah.
But it's been very helpful. And so we're just able to accomplish a lot more, I think, with the newest feature where you can add automatic emails going to the dashboard instead of someone having to move them there. Move them into our own file structure. Will save even more time.
You mean I'm not going to have to call my administrator and try to get more space so I can open up and look at my drawings.
Right.
And so that has been solved, right?
Oh yeah, I email with all of the submittals. We'd already tried to start going electronic and get submittals electronically and project photos and things like that electronically. But what was happening is all of our email systems were locking up constantly with 8 megabyte PDFs and multiples of those. So at least twice a week I was having to go in and clean out my email, move stuff to deleted, delete the stuff in my deleted and all of that. And now I don't have any of that, and it's all just going to the dashboard, and it's there when I need it. So.